The president is in business in every sector. He is competing with every other businessman. And because of his advantage as president, he has killed all other business people. He's doing all the businesses in Kenya. I remember when we came into office, there's something called e-Citizen. It was an app that was being operated by some private people and doing some little work for government. And when he came, he brought a lot of issues saying it is wrong for anybody in the private sector to collect money on behalf of government. And he said the Ministry of ICT must take up e-Citizen. Little did I know he wanted the owners of e-Citizen to come into the open. So when they came, he negotiated with them, took 80% of the business and said they should continue, and ordered all government services to be onboarded through e-Citizen. Out of every 5 shillings that is paid through e-Citizen, he pockets 3. That is not enough. The Auditor General has reported more than 10 billion shillings collected through e-Citizen cannot be traced. So what is happening in Kenya is that we don't have a government. What we have is a criminal enterprise, theft of public funds, where the president has taken over all the businesses in the country. He's a chief procurement officer, he's a chief accountant, he is a supplier, he is everything. And nobody can ask a question. I would have agreed with William Ruto, like Raila. We sit and eat, then we finish the country. Today I'll be a very wealthy man. I would have joined him in all the deals. e-Citizen, we do. Fuliza, we do. Medical equipment, we do. Because he was willing to let me eat so that I keep quiet. He was quite happy. In fact, he told me, "We wacha mambo mingi bana. We kuja tu kule bana. Hii Kenya ni yako. Hii Kenya ilikuliwa na Kenyatta bado isha, ikakuliwa na Moi bado isha, ikakuliwa na Uhuru. We shida yako ni gani?" You know? Had I been just another Kenyan, like the Kenyans I see, if I was like Raila Odinga, a selfish person, I would have agreed with William Ruto. I stay as deputy president. I enjoy the privileges. There are many. And we eat. We finish the country. We let the children die. And I just sit there. But my conscience wouldn't allow. I am not a wealthy man, but I'm not a poor person. And I don't need money myself. My children are big, they are working. My wife is here, is a pastor. Nywele yake hata haihitaji 3,000. So, what reason would I had to join William Ruto in a gravity train to finish our country, to steal everything? I said no, and I paid for it, and I'm happy that I became the sacrificial lamb for the people of Kenya. We will fix our country, and I want you to be comfortable with the knowledge that the darkest hour is just before dawn. Our dawn is coming. The mood in the country, people of Kenya have made a decision. And nothing can change that decision. In fact, it's only that it's far away. Ni mbali sana. 2 years is a long time. But we don't have a choice because we are a democracy, and we don't want change through unconstitutional means. We want change through the ballot. So what we're asking is Kenyans to persevere, to be resilient, to be patient, and we'll make the change at the right time. I saw William Ruto today fumbling with words, trying to explain himself, but trying to digress from the real issues. He was saying that the Americans have a problem with him because he's having a relationship with China. And he's having a relationship with China because it's good for the country. But he's running away from the real issues. And because he follows me wherever I am, it is good for me to tell him why the Americans have a problem. Not just the Americans, the people of Kenya. The Americans have just heard the cry of the Kenyan people, and they are raising issues. William Ruto, aka Kasongo, please, the Americans want to have an investigation to unearth your business dealings with the Hemeti of RSF in Sudan, where you are doing gold business, and in reciprocity supplying arms to the terrorist group to kill women and children in Sudan. You cannot run away with it because we have the evidence. I was your deputy when those meetings took place. I have all the details. And we are giving those details to the Americans. And we are right here in America. And much as you think we are stupid, don't just think we are just here, just moving around. We are also here to put the Kenyan case to the American government and to Congress and to the Senate. William Ruto, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why. They also want to know why you have removed the requirement for vetting of non-Kenyans before they are given IDs. The Americans are concerned that suspected terrorists will be registered as Kenyans and they will find their way to America and the rest of the world and create terror in the world. Your decision to suspend vetting of foreigners before they are given registration in Kenya is a threat to world security. And not just the Americans are concerned, Kenyans are concerned too. And this you must answer. You cannot endanger the security of the world because of your business interest. It is true you are doing business with Al-Shabaab, but you cannot endanger world security. The Americans also want to know why, against the Kenya Constitution, you have become the worst violator of human rights in Kenya. Why are you abducting young children? Why are you killing young children? Why did you abduct American, Turkey nationals of American origin who were abducted and disappeared? These are things that are in the radar of the American security system. You can play around with people in Kenya, but you cannot play with the American government. They have you on the radar. And the evidence is everywhere. And you cannot run away from it. So please, don't hide behind China. The issues you need to confront are well known to you. That you have compromised world security in pursuit of business interest. And this time around, you will not escape. You may push people around in Kenya. You may harass everybody in Kenya. But I don't think you have the capacity to harass the American government. The evidence is everywhere. And you must be held to account. In fact, the other day when I was here, I was with some senior American leaders last Sunday. And we were watching live a meeting taking place in Muranga, where policemen were beating leaders and they were protecting armed goons. And these American leaders could not believe that it is possible for policemen to attack civilians. They could not believe it. They could not believe that policemen can escort gangs to beat civilian population. William Ruto, that evidence is here in America. And there's no way you can run away from it. And those things will come to light. On that matter, let me appeal to all of you. In your respective states, tell them about Kenya. Tell them to support this bill when it comes to the floor of the House. Give them details of what is happening in Kenya so that they are well informed, so that they can support the bill, so that a review is done. And our request to the American government and the American people, please don't punish Kenya because of the atrocities of William Ruto. Don't withhold military aid to Kenya. Don't withhold sharing of intelligence with Kenya. Don't withdraw all those facilities that come with that privilege of being recognized as an ally of the NATO states. All we are asking the American government to do, once you confirm all these concerns, help us. Don't have sanctions against the people of Kenya or our country. Please, just do the right thing. Impose sanctions on William Ruto as a person, never to come to America. And I think if he does that, that is our problem. Kenya should not suffer because of one person. Let's deal with the person. And I think if the government here can impose sanctions against him, that he cannot come to America and he cannot go to other states that work with America, our problems will be sorted instead of punishing the country because of the actions of one person. Rigathi Gachagua is a presidential candidate. And nothing stops me from running. The Kenya Constitution says the right to vie for office is absolute. And you can only be stopped from running if you have been convicted. And even if you have been convicted, you cannot be stopped unless you have exhausted all the available mechanisms of remedy. Last year, 2022, the Honorable John Weluke, before the elections, was convicted for 74 years for theft. You remember?
Yes, we do.
And he went to committee and he was given bond pending appeal. He appealed to the Court of Appeal. And as the case was going on, the elections were there. And he went and ran and nobody stopped him because you can't. And he won. Later on, the appeal went through, the conviction was quashed. Had he been denied a chance to run because of the conviction by the High Court, and then later on, he is let to go, his rights would have been violated. I underwent a very shambolic exercise at the National Assembly and Senate. Everybody knows there was nothing. People were paid. MPs were paid 500,000, senators were paid 10 million, haraka, Ruto paid them. And we went to court under Article 50. And Article 50 says, no man shall be condemned unheard, and the right to fair hearing is absolute. I did not get a chance to defend myself in the Senate. I was in hospital. I did not present my evidence. So This is a matter that will be dealt with by the courts, and in the fullness of the time we shall be vindicated. In the meantime, the matter is in the High Court. It has not even started. If it is go to the High Court, depending on the way it goes, if I win, the state can go to the Court of Appeal, the matter proceeds there. If I win again, they can go to Supreme Court. Or vice versa. Until those mechanisms are exhausted, the Constitution of Kenya guarantees me the right to vie for office, and there is no law that can stop me from vying. Yeah? So, in fact, I'm supposed to fight for the impeachment to be quashed, and then I go back to office. But I'm not interested. I cannot serve under Kasongo, because he's a pathological liar, and I'm a truthful person. Me and him working together is like trying to mix water and oil. I'm not interested in going back to the office. I just want my rights to be granted and to be proven innocent, because there's nothing I've done that is wrong. And I just proceed with my life. I have no intention of going back to office. Even if the courts told me to go, I'll not go. I'm not interested. So I want to assure you, nothing stops me from vying. And the people of Kenya know that. That's why you see I enjoy a lot of popularity, and I continue to seek for office. And God being faithful will...
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dab Radio ndio mpango mzima.